this is the Top Loader, and you are watching the Spacies show.
Spacies.
Guess what, don't you know? It's the Spacies show. Guess what, don't you know? It's the Spacies show. Guess what, don't you know? It's the Spacies show. Guess what, don't you know? It's the Spacies show. Guess what, don't you know? It's the Spacies show.
Welcome to episode number 13.
Guess what, don't you know? It's the Spacies show. Guess what, don't you know? It's the Spacies show.
Guest starring Lucas, Goth and Kayla, and Retrokaiser.
It's the Spacies show, everybody!
G'day invaders and welcome to Spacies, and this is episode number 13 of the Spacies show, and we are joined by a few people, as you can see live here in the studio. We've got Goth, Kayla, and we've also got joining us on the interwebs, we've got Lucas.
G'day everyone, thanks for having me again, Brian.
And Ketchup. I mean, Retrokaiser. 100% natural. Are you sure? I have questions. I have many questions. Can you stand up for a second? We want to see the full... yeah. On tour. Oh, wow. Okay. I hope you're not naked from the waist down, please. We don't want to see the bottom of that sauce. And, yeah, we've got... this is the first time I've been on since the operation, and I'm just getting back into the swing of things. So I'm on the recovery. It's getting there, but 2020 should be a pretty good year when it comes to the Spacies show. I have plans. We have a few directions I want to take the channel, but we're not going to talk about that right here, right now. We've got a few people in the chat. We are twitching live on Twitch at the moment while recording this. We've got just the one person in the chat, Burial. How you doing there, matey? So, first going to get started with... because you two have never been on the channel before, Goth, we'll start with you. What was the first console that you had and the first game that you had on it? The intro questions.
My first console was an Atari 2600, the old Woody version, and the very first game that I recall playing on it literally was Pitfall, followed by River Raid.
So there's a bit of trivia to that. It was set in the world of Enarc, E-N-A-R-C, and the reason why it was called Enarc is that's Crane backwards, who was the guy that developed it.
Oh,
That was the
really?
first bit of gaming trivia that I ever learnt.
Really?
Yeah. Trying to remember the questions, the intro questions. It's been that long. Favorite game of all time. That's right.
Oh, favourite game of all time? I'm going to go with, this is going to sound generic, but Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
No, that's not generic. It's picked for a reason. It's a good game, yeah. And what are you currently invested in at the moment, gaming-wise?
Gaming-wise, I'm currently invested in Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition, and I'm currently playing that on my new gaming PC. So-
Pushing it towards paces there. All along.
I don't know anything about this. That's not a console thing. That's what I said. It's not a console thing. I'm out. Yeah.
Ryan, Spacies.
You can use anything. They know who I am. Yeah.
Ryan, you've got a PS2, right?
Yes.
Age of Empires 2 is available on the PS2. Granted, it's a shit version, but you can play it on the console.
Right, I'll keep that in mind if I ever choose to want to look into that. Now, Kayla. First console.
I actually didn't start with a console, I started with a computer.
That's alright, yep.
First computer was an XT, which had a whole huge 256k of RAM.
Right.
5.5-inch floppy and no hard drive.
No hard drive.
No.
So as soon as you turn it off, everything's gone. Unless you saved it to disk.
Yes.
Okay.
First console was actually a Sega Game Gear.
Oh, okay. Nice. What game?
Probably the only game I really played on it the most was Chuck Rock. I still love Chuck Rock. I still love that music. And probably the next actual console was a PS1.
Okay. I'm trying to get... What was the first game you played on that PC? Can you recall?
All I remember is that it was tanks and it was wireframe.
I'm pretty sure it was Battlezone 1.
That sounds like... Yeah, that sounds like Battlezone. For a PC back then, that would have been intense.
Yes.
Lee's slow.
It was monochrome green. It's like, yes!
Favorite game of all time?
That's going to have to be a toss-up between Myst, which is one of my first favourite games.
Okay.
And other than that is Oddworld, Apes Odyssey. Wait, follow me.
Follow me. And they did a HD remake of that. Did you? You bought it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And did you like it? Or
It wasn't too bad. I wasn't thoroughly taking in the sequels that they did, so...
nah, because they had huge plans for that. They were talking like 10 sequels, and it was going to be a universe, and it didn't quite go that way.
It did.
You kind of had Munch's Odyssey. And
Munch's Odyssey, and there was also another one.
Strangers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was never as good as...
But their initial plans were just, you could tell that it went off rail.
Yeah.
And what are you currently invested in? What are you playing right now?
Skull Goals.
Skull. Okay, I'll have to look into it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm usually...
I absolutely love it.
Okay. Now, Lucas, you've already answered the intro question, so we'll just go with what are you currently playing? I would imagine you're across a few different games at once.
No, not really. Actually, I'm just hooked on the latest Call of Duty Modern Warfare. It's not something that I would normally do. I don't ever buy Call of Duty and have done so.
He plays
for
COD.
years. But yeah, I'm a what do they call them? A COD dog or something like that.
I almost lost my water then.
But yeah, I've been playing Modern Warfare and I'm actually getting better at it, which is really bizarre.
Get good.
But I'm really enjoying it. This is one of the best Call of Duties they've done in probably 10 years, I think.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of good things about Call, because usually they just sort of phone it in, don't they?
Oh, absolutely. This is the first time they've gone with a brand new engine. They've upgraded everything. It feels a lot better. It sounds a lot better. And it's actually a really good game. I've been playing a ton of it. So, yeah, that's really all. I've even been playing Call of Duty Mobile.
Wow.
Hard times. No, actually, okay. So my thing with mobile games is I generally don't like playing mobile games because they take up the battery on your phone, and I want my phone to be a phone. But I'm finding that with my Note 10, the battery life on that's pretty damn good. So I'm starting to not get so. Yeah. Not. Oh, hang on. What's this? Can't hear the guys tuning in, mate. They're super quiet. All right. Sorry about that. But yeah, getting back to my point, I'm finding that I'm starting to not be so tight when it comes to using my mobile, except for other things besides being a Twitter handler.
Well, that's right. Like, I played Call of Duty Mobile last night, and I played it for about an hour, and it barely took any of my battery down. I got the iPhone
really?
11 Pro Max, the massive one. And I played it for about an hour, and this is Call of Duty Mobile, full 3D, action game, and it's online. And I think I went down from maybe 60% when I started, and I probably only dropped it down to maybe 48%, which is pretty impressive. And I'm using a control as well. I'm using a PS4 control.
Yeah, I can't do screen controls.
No, Screen controllers are rubbish, so I connect my PS4 controller to it and play it that way, and absolutely destroy the 8-year-olds that are using touchscreen. Yeah, boys.
America.
Got goals.
That's right. I don't care if they're 8, 6, 4. I will destroy them.
You got to teach them life lessons.
and I get like 24 kills and like 2 deaths, and the second place player might have 2 kills.
Did you get a 360 no scope yet?
Oh, mate, that's all I do. I don't kill anyone unless it's a 360 no scope.
Right.
That's how I roll. Or spin.
Now, Retrokaiser, I can't take that seriously. What are you playing at the moment?
Well, I've been playing up this game full of lovely nudity called Funbag Fantasy for Steam. I'm joking. It's a real game though, but I'm not playing it. No, serious answer. I've actually just got done finished this. I spent my whole Christmas holidays playing the Spyro Reignited trilogy.
Oh, nice choice.
It's a change of gear. Okay.
Yeah, I was aiming to get all the achievements on it, and sadly I was playing the Steam version to where you don't get 3 separate platinum trophies for beating each game. No, but I managed to do it, and what I have to say about it is it's not a bad remake actually. I mean, it feels quite faithful to the old games. Like, I love being able to just explore these worlds and just, you know, beat stuff up, although the collectathon stuff is just rubbish. It's just annoying. It's just tedious. And so far, the second one's my favourite one. I think that's where they reached, you know, peak level design. The third Spyro game can go fuck itself, though. I remember liking it as a kid, but the more I play it now, it's just like, this game's garbage. I mean, they're just repeating elements, like lazily phoned in elements from the first 2 games. And they got all these level designs that's just absolute garbage. Like, there's some jumps we have to jump to areas that are pretty much out of bound areas just to get a single gem.
From
I know
memory,
it's challenging, but it's just rubbish.
The third game's not actually handled by the original developers. I think that's...
I can see that, because it just feels like what they think Spyro is, and they try to make it into like, what, Mario the Lost Levels? They try to make it hard for the sake of being hard, which... It's not hard overall. Well, if you're going for 100%, it's more tedious, but... And get this, the final boss is got to be the easiest final boss in history. It's just a big, like, alligator with a magic wand, and you have to shoot, like... You have to wait for, like, tanks to drop, and you have to fire, you know, cannonballs at her. And then, she's easy. And then once you 100% the game, you gotta fight her again in an even easier final boss! Where you're flying around in like a hovercraft, just firing cannonballs at her.
It sounds like a game I'd enjoy.
All right.
I like easy bosses.
But yeah, I did accomplish it. I did get every single achievement in the game, all 107 of them, and
Oh, you platinum?
felt like I ran
Did
a
you platinum
marathon.
it?
Yes.
Wow, that's dedication. All right, well, we're going to get stuck into the questions, and excuse me for a second. It really is hard to get back into this chair and do all this from scratch again. Sorry. Okay. So the first question is from Ted, our old mate Ted, and I'm just going to swing over to that. So Ted, please take it away.
So the Sonic movie has been making a huge buzz lately for quite a few reasons, but we won't get into that. We all know damn well why. Anyway, it got me thinking about Sonic's design in general, and what has been the best design for Sonic. There's been various tweaks over the decades that he's been around, so I want to know what you lot think is the best design for Sonic. Do you have a personal favourite? Is there one that just sticks out more or less? Let us know. There's a whole bunch to choose from. There's Archie comics, there's classic Sonic, modern Sonic, cartoon Sonic. Let us know.
Alright, so thanks there, Ted, for that. Yeah, so Sonic the Hedgehog designs. Who wants to kick off? Yeah?
Generation 1, the original Sonic.
OG. Okay, but that's not a straightforward answer because there was 2 variants. of
talking about
what
the one-
Sonic looked like. You had the US and you had the Japanese.
I
They
was-
were different.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, because I'm thinking of the cover for the Mega Drive version of Sonic the Hedgehog, the Australian version, which is pretty much what was up on screen there at one point.
Yeah, they kind of went for that semi-hyper realistic look.
It looked like he'd just eaten a little bit too much.
Yeah. A little bit porky.
Yeah, he's a little portly fella.
But the original Joe P, like, okay, so it's Sega's Sonic, which is on the pillow, I believe, down there somewhere. Yeah,
It's
grab
probably
it.
on your underwear. Just show us that.
Hang on a minute. Can you reach it or not? Yeah. Okay. So this is the OG Sonic. That's what it was meant to look like, and then he got kind of changed around a bit. This is old, man. This is like from the early '90s. But that's my favourite Sonic. Is the
I wouldn't touch that anymore, guys. We know how much he loves Sonic.
At least the pillow doesn't smell funny.
May have to wash your hands.
You have a favourite?
I don't have a favourite, but I have to say some of the live action ones are just not.
Some of there's only been the one so far. You mean the movie?
I've seen a couple of them online where I think there was.
That's just a dude in a suit.
There was a previous incarnation of them, I'm like,
Lucas, I don't know if you even have an opinion on this.
Why would I not have an opinion on this? I have an
It's
opinion
Sonic.
on everything.
You got if it was Batman, you'd be all over this.
Yeah, well, I'm a Sonic fan too. I grew up with Sonic. Sonic was amazing. Don't you discount my love for Sonic the Hedgehog?
Can you see any Sonic in the background at all? No, totally
It's
devoid.
until Batman.
Totally devoid of Sonic. I can see a 3D printer. He printed one out.
Where did he go? He's got to go fast. That's why he's gone.
Oh, that's cheesy.
I did have a Sonic 3D printed statue, but I gave the one that I painted away to a good friend who was a fan. But yeah, massive fan. No, my opinion on this one is the little portly version that is in Sonic Generations, I reckon was awesome.
Yes. Yeah. The
He was
protagonist.
he was like the old school Sonic in Sonic Generations. I thought that one was awesome.
Someone's just written in the comments, Sonic isn't in The Last of Us, Lucas. So he doesn't know about it.
That's right, and that's why he's not on my wall.
And someone's just bagging you out saying that you're a Sonic fan, but you're wearing a Nintendo shirt. You can be both. You can be both. God.
Sonic is on the Nintendo now. It's 2020,
Well, that's true.
boys.
That's true. Ketchup.
My answer is actually from one of the Sonic the Hedgehog cartoons, mainly The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, the one where the one that's voiced by Urkel.
Did I do that?
Yeah, the one that
Is it really?
the cartoon that
Oh, hang on. We just got someone learned.
I didn't realise that. Oh no!
Jamel White, isn't it? That his name?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Well, I always thought it sounded like him, but I didn't know it was
you-
actually him.
We got two people that just learnt. Did you know? Everyone's learning
Well,
today.
I'm not a Sonic fan,
Well,
apparently.
okay,
so
I think
don't be
that's-
surprised.
I just thought it was
Yeah.
like such a did you know that Sonic was it Mario Brothers 2 was originally called Doki Doki Panic? Like I thought it was one of those kind of facts.
No, I like
Don't tell me you
his
didn't
design.
know the Doki Doki thing.
I did.
Okay, thank you.
No, I
did it?
thought you just made that up. Is that real?
Oh no! 'Cause, yeah, it's on, like everyone makes fun of that fact because it's repeated so often on YouTube. It's just like one of those lazy did you know facts that people put out there.
Correction. The original Super Mario Bros. 2 was the Lost Levels.
Technically speaking, yes. Which the Americans saw as being too hard. And it was. It was ridiculously too hard. That should never have been. It was a lazy port. It was a Mario Maker phone.
It was a ROM pack.
Yeah.
Hang on a second.
It
Let's
was
not
a
get,
And then they packaged
Sort
it.
of thing.
They packaged it
Let's-
and called it a sequel.
let's not go too far here. Did I hear correctly? Did you say that the original Super Mario Brothers 2 was originally called Doki Doki Panic? Is that what you said?
Yeah, it was originally another game altogether with different IP, different characters, and they were struggling to work out what they're going to quickly release to the US as a sequel. And so they looked at this other game and said, why don't we just reskin it and call it a Mario Brothers sequel? And that's what they did.
Oh well, no, I didn't know that, and I didn't really care.
And that's why I don't really care. And that's why I don't really care much for Super Mario Brothers 2, because for me it's just a lazy reskin. It's got so many fans, and it really did sell well in the States. But when you look back in hindsight, that's because it didn't really have much in the way of choice back then.
Speaking of lazy reskins, did you know that that game on the Mega Drive where you play as the mummy, that attacking everyone with his stomach?
Decap attack, yeah.
Decap attack. Did you know that the original version of that was actually Arabian themed?
Yeah, I've got it. Flying Magical Hat Turbo Adventure.
Yep.
Yeah. It was an awesome game too, but they just figured it would, because it was based on a Japanese cartoon, and they figured it wasn't going to do. They couldn't get the rights to do it in the States, so they decided to reskin it. And that's one of the rare occasions where a reskin actually looked almost better than the original.
Right.
Anyway, moving off topic. You still haven't answered the question, you shirker.
I did. It was the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, the one from the cartoon.
Just that one.
I like it. Yeah, I like the design. It's sort of like a mixture of pudgy Sonic and attitude Sonic. I just like the way he moves, like how he's like, chili dog, And apparently, I'm the only one in the world that likes that cartoon. Everyone goes to the
That's good.
the
I
other
like the
Sonic
cartoon.
one, the Sat AM one, which is also really damn good.
It almost sound like some gangster thing then, like, man, I'm gonna get a chili dog, man.
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 with a
And
Tommy
also,
gun.
I can't mention. So if you want to look up Adventures of Sonic Hedgehog, do not, for the life of you, do not look up Egyptian-themed Eggman or Robotnik.
I know we're
Because if you ever wanted to, if you ever wanted to see what Robotnik's art looks like.
Okay, all right. So I got to give a special mention though to the new Sonic Mania cartoon intro Sonic. That looks really done. Like it's loosely based on the Sonic CD intro, but cleaned up HD. Yeah, but no, thanks for that question, Tommy.
Hey guys, it's Stu here. Happy New Year's to you all. I'm throwing you out a wee question, obviously, for your show. I was wanting to ask, now that I've finally got my Master System back in my hands, and I've got a few games for it, I was wanting to ask, what are your guys' top 5? You might have done this before, but I'm really curious to know what your top 5 Master System games are, because I'm so stoked, honestly, to have it back. I can't believe it. So if you could just let me know what you think, and I wish you all the very, very best for your 2020, and I hope you are all having an absolutely cracking time. Thanks guys, bye for now.
Alright, so thank you. Let me get back. I don't want to stuff this up again this time around. Here we go. Thank you very much for that, Stewie. So yeah, Stewie's asking, what's your top 5 Master System games? We might cut this down to maybe just your favourite games. Not 5, I don't know. Unless you can...
Shame. I actually wrote all these down last night.
Alright, go for it then. You'll go for you, as long as you're quick.
Number 1, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Okay.
Yep. Number 2, Alex the Kid.
Shut up.
Alex Kidd in the Miracle World.
In the Miracle World.
Alex Child. Alexandra.
And this is one, I don't know if I got the name of it correct, but it's called like Master of Darkness. It's like a Castlevania clone.
Oh yes,
Yep,
yeah.
that's good.
It's got a cool, wicked cover on it actually.
Yep. Number 4 is the Master System port of Virtua Fighter.
Oh yes, I
Really?
remember that.
Yes.
He's serious. He's saying it with a serious. Okay, straight face.
Yeah, I played it. I reviewed it years ago. It's not as bad as what a lot of people say. Well, compared to Virtua Fighter 2 for the Mega Drive, it's actually quite playable.
Okay.
And besides, it works for the Master System. You only got a punch and a kick, both buttons for block. It works for the Master System. The only thing you're going to have to worry about is it looks 2D. Looks like a Master System game, but it plays just like a Virtua Fighter game. Except you have to unlock every single character, which sucks. And last but not least, actually this is least because I couldn't think of a 5th one, so I just put a joke answer. This is Running Battle.
Oh God, I hate that.
Wow.
It is so bad.
Yeah. If you don't know what Running Battle is, it's a game where you play like some sort of guy beating up all these ninjas, but you get these ridiculous power-ups that just makes you run in the 90s. Like makes you run like you're like a 4-year-old kid that's drunk like a 2-liter bottle of red cordial straight up. It's crazy.
Or a bottle
And
of
the
ketchup.
typos in it are crazy. Like there's a boss called Samurai, but it's spelled like Sam Raimi Man. And you also got the Miracle Man. Not Miracle Man, Miracle Man.
Oh, so it sounds like really bad translation going on there.
Bad English, bad translation.
English.
But Sam Raimi Man just cracks me up.
Lucas.
Yes, all right. Look, I got a whole bunch for you. Number 5. This is counting down. Double Dragon
Yes.
is the first one. I really enjoyed playing that one. Sonic the Hedgehog, the original one, is number 4. Number 3 is Gauntlet. That game was so cool. I loved the concept. This was the first game where you had to get a key to unlock a door.
Metro.
There was actually
Vania
locked
style.
doors.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool. So I loved that. Number 2 is Micro Machines. I spent a lot of time playing Micro Machines.
Was that the
Yeah.
cartridge where you can plug in other controllers into it?
No, that
that's
was
Mega
on the
Drive.
Mega Drive.
That's the
No,
J
That was on the
card.
Mega Drive.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was cool. But no, it wasn't on the Master System. And the very first one was Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Sorry, very first one. My number 1 is Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on the Master System.
Okay.
Good choices.
Goth.
Except, sorry.
You're right there.
What? Except what?
I was just gonna add on to the Sonic the Hedgehog 2. It's like, I love that game, but the paragliding in that game stinks. I can never get that working for the life of me. Like the second zone where you got like
Was that in
the
the
air
first one or the
glider.
second one?
Did you get
Hang
that far?
glider.
I
I think it
didn't.
wasn't the second.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think you're thinking of the second one, the hang gliding.
yeah, I am. What about
Okay.
the second one?
All right. Goth.
My top 5, based on what I've actually played, my first would be Sonic the Hedgehog 1. I have to agree with that, and the music for the second level is just amazing to me. I would say Alex Kidd in Miracle World, Psycho Fox,
Yeah. Yep.
Ghost House, because that was one of the first games I got on my Sega Master. Yep. Number 5, Outrun, because I hadn't played it on Mega Drive, I hadn't played it on arcade, I played it first on Master System.
Hey, that Outrun was the very first appearance of Sonic the Hedgehog in a video game, wasn't it?
No. You're close though. It was Power Drift. No, not Power Drift. Damn it.
It was
What kind of-
Outrun, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't Outrun. It was a racing game, and it was
It was a ornament hanging off the dash, yeah, or the mirror.
It will come to me later, but I do remember seeing it for the first time, and Radmobile. That's it.
Radmobile, that's
Yeah.
the one.
Was it? I thought it was Outrun.
No, Radmobile was the name of the game you're
My
thinking
bad.
of. And,
Well, there's
and
a
it was in
fact that
Encino Man. Radmobile. They kept talking about it. Like it didn't get mentioned once. It was twice in the movie that they mentioned Radmobile. So it was a pretty big deal,
Yep.
that movie.
Google confirmed Radmobile. I'm an idiot.
No, you're not an idiot. You were close. You're on the right path.
I never had a Master
Yeah, I was
System. only had my
expecting that.
Game Gear.
I saw the look in your face, like, oh God, they're going to come to me, and they're going to like, I've got nothing.
Well, you had a Game Gear. That's pretty
Yeah,
much
Game
your
Gear's
Master
just a
System.
different. So
That's true.
Chuck
It's
Rock.
basically a portable one
Yes,
that uses
I only
heaps of
had 2
batteries.
games. I was only allowed 2 games. One was Chuck Rock and the
you're
other one was
only
Goth.
allowed 2 games
Yep.
ever.
Yes.
Good parents, man. Wow.
2-game household. That was it. So I played Chuck Rock the most. So I
Wow.
used to sit for hours to the point that Dad had to buy me an electronic adapter because I just had 3 games.
That's a concept for a video in itself. Weird restrictions placed on kids by parents for
Yeah,
gaming.
see, I don't think that was weird for when we were kids because video games back then were
Weren't
fairly
weird.
new
Yeah,
and not as popular, and parents probably looked at them like a bit of a waste of time because they didn't
Yeah.
get it.
They did.
Today, it's very
No,
different.
My parents knew it. They got it. They just didn't want us to grow up to be spoiled. Like,
Yeah, but
you
you're
gotta
like
have
14.
everything.
You don't count.
Didn't want him to grow up to be spoiled. Look at him. way.
Tomato ketchup outfit. Yeah, they managed
succeeded.
To do well,
they did
didn't
a good job there.
Let's not get him video games so he doesn't grow up and wear ketchup outfits.
At the top of his ketchup books.
All right, I got to do a top 5. Power Strike. I was just looking at my collection there, trying to get a. Power Strike was basically Musha released before Musha released, and it's an awesome shooter. Wonder Boy in. Was it Wonder Boy to Dragon's Trap?
Oh, 3.
Yeah, 3. Wonder Boy 3 to Dragon's Trap. Alex Kidd in Miracle World. I'll have to put that in there in a mix. Phantasy Star. I gotta mention Phantasy Star because that game just means so much to me, and it was the game that introduced me to JRPGs. I don't know. This is not in order. This is just 5 games I like. California games. There's another one.
Oh,
That's a
wow.
huge,
I remember the hacky sack one.
Yep.
Damn!
No one knew what the hell they were doing on that game, but it didn't matter.
No.
Play the
idea,
Atari, play the Atari 2600 version of California games.
That's the only one I've played.
Oh, really? The BMX on that
Yeah.
is awesome. It's just this like stick figure. It's brutal.
They were all horrible, but I loved it.
All right. So, okay. So I'm just reading
the cliff diving.
Was there cliff diving in that?
Yeah, and I used to love it when they hit the
Are
rocks.
you sure that was the second?
Yeah.
Sequel,
maybe.
maybe?
Yeah, this was maybe the second one too, but I like the surfing, just falling in and getting in by the shark.
Roller skating.
A bit brutal. Lynx, Atari Lynx had the best version of California games, I think, out of all of them, though. Especially the surfing one. That looked awesome on the little screen.
No, that was World Games. My bad.
Right.
I'm getting all my facts mixed up tonight, aren't I?
Tonight,
It's World. Yeah, whatever. Today.
I think the heat's gotten to you. All right, let's get on with it. We got a question now from the one and only Meow T Ching. I hope I pressed the right buttons here. Meow, what have you got for us? It seems weird calling someone Meow. Meow? What have you got?
We call you since Spacies.
Shush you.
Hello everybody, it's Meow Tay Ching from the Bit War Veterans, and I have a question for you. It's the year 2020, so futuristic sounding. And I want to know, when you were a little kid, a wee little one, what did you think video games in the future would be like? What kind of technology would we have? Tell me about your crazy future inventions. And, did they come true today? Do we have things like that? Or was your vision of the future years and years ahead? Have a good 2020, everyone.
I'm getting ridiculed in these ad breaks. It's just ridiculous.
Like since Spacies live from the Apollo.
Oh, can you stick that box of tissues? All right. So thank you for that meow. Ditching. Ka-ching. I've got an opinion on this, but I'll leave it with one of you guys first while I cough my guts up. Who first wants to go ahead? Lucas?
I'll go. Yep. Yeah. I had to think about this one, and when I was younger, I had 2 experiences that I can remember that were absolutely mind-blowing with video games. And these were experiences that you would never be able to have in your home back then. And we almost have them now. But there was one experience that I remember, and I believe it was a Sega, massive big console thing, where you had a joystick and a few buttons in the front. And what it did, it wasn't a TV screen, but it was like a Perspex glass, and behind it was like a projector that created holograms. So they were 3D holograms of real people. So they weren't
Time Traveler, wasn't it, or something like that? It was a Sega one.
I think it might be, because I remember there were like cowboys.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, but it was. The game itself sucked, but it just looks so cool.
Exactly. The concept of it was brilliant. So basically it was real people, so not computer-generated images. It was actual video. So it was like an FMV sort of thing. And you had your character, and you would turn left or turn right and shoot. and the character would animate and turn, but it was like an actual hologram in front of you. You could reach forward and put your hand through the actual display.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
It was
very much
kind
like
of
that.
like that. And that was my image of the future, and I'm like, that's what game's going to be like. They're going to be holograms. It's going to look realistic, and that's what it's going to be. And the second experience that I had was at a place called Intensity that was in Parramatta, I believe.
Parramatta, we had one in Miranda as well, and that was it was an awesome. And Hurstville had one as well.
And they had this room where there was like pods. There was like gaming pods. So you actually got into this. What is
those things?
What?
You know about them?
Yeah.
So you got into this pod, and I think it had like a flight stick inside there. I don't know what it's. I think you just might know what I'm talking about. I don't know.
Okay.
I know what you're on about. That's what I'm agreeing with you. It's like, those things.
Yes, right. So yeah, it had like a flight stick inside, and it had like a slider for acceleration, and you could fly in full 3D environments. I don't really remember what the graphics were like. I think they were just sort of like 3D.
They were very immersive, was it? Okay.
Yeah. But there were several of these pods, and you played a multiplayer game, which kind of was like a early version of like
virtual reality.
No, it was like that car soccer game. I can't even think of what it's called now.
Rocket League.
It was kind of like Rocket League. You had to get something into a goal or whatever,
right.
And you would fly around in a full 3D environment, and the actual pod thing would move as well. And
that sounds sick.
It was really immersive. It absolutely blew me away. You had a 15-minute game, so you had a couple of games in a 15-minute window, and you were playing against like my older brother. Was there with me. Steve was in another pod, and we played together. It was so awesome playing multiplayer like that. Back then, I don't remember when it was. It was probably in mid-90s or something.
Yeah, because to insert credits into that one, because I remember seeing that at at the showground. Like, you know how you got the insert city name here, Royal Show. I remember seeing one there, but they wanted like $15 for a credit. I'm like, no.
Man. Oh, yeah, it was expensive, absolutely. Yeah. It was probably up around $15-20 to have a go, but it was one of those things where you play it once, you get blown away, and that was it, because it was too expensive. But those are the sort of things that I looked forward to the future. And I would say that the second one there with the little pod is kind of a little bit come true with VR these days, with PlayStation VR in the home. But they're the visions that I had as a kid, and it was impressive, and I think we're almost there.
Speaking of being blown away, one of the things I thought of in the future was like a lot more VR, but a lot more like sexual VR, like a bit more submersive, like attachments that.
He said sexual, right? He did say sexual. Are you referring to the first issue of Hyper?
The virtual sex issue.
Where the cover had a picture of a guy with a massive donga.
You don't have one? You don't have one of those VR sexual thing setups? I do. Yeah, look, I'm just.
Okay.
Oh no, I'll leave that.
Chun-Li was on the cover, but one of the feature points was a picture of a dude pretty much naked, except down there he had a virtual donga thing. He was doing, and he had glasses on. He's like, it was pretty full on. And that article was bogus. It was a bogus article just to get attention. What's that? I missed it.
Clickbait all the way back then.
Yeah, it was clickbait.
Get Retrokaiser to repeat what he said.
Sorry.
It's a game that gets harder the more that you play it.
Trust you to come up with the saucy comments. All right.
I know. I'm expecting like these weird things like virtual nipple clamps, a vacuum cleaner attachment that attaches to your crotch.
Do you want to go on?
I don't know what kind of kid I was, but the other thing I was expecting more of the future was more full motion video adventure games.
No.
Full motion, did you say?
Yeah, like the Night Traps, the Road Avengers. I was looking at this like, wow, these are the future. There's going to be more of these in the future. And the third thing was a lot more fighting games with live action actors like Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, but in done right, where they're fully interactive, not just you press a button and it sets off a little sequence of events.
The new fighting games coming up where you hit it and then it hits you.
I've always said any time though where you start to feel pain, that I'm out.
Goth?
Mine's probably a little bit more simple than yours, and definitely not as raunchy as Retro's. I would say that the thing that, when I was younger, what some of my early experiences were actually playing early arcade games like Snow Brothers, Ghosts and Goblins, things like that. You couldn't really get that experience on a console yet. To me, all I wanted was, when I was older and consoles had evolved more, I wanted to see arcade games, like consoles, become better, more like or better than arcade machines. Obviously, that's now happened because we have console-perfect versions of Street Fighter 2, Mortal Kombat, Ghouls and Ghosts, Snow Brothers, all of that sort of stuff. But back then, I wanted that arcade experience at home. Something fierce.
I think the game that did that properly, like the first game that really showed that, oh my god, the arcades are now irrelevant, was Soul Calibur.
Yes.
For the Dreamcast. That was the first game where it was actually better than the arcade. The frame rate was higher and there was more content. And that was like, for me, that game signaled the death of arcades, and that's kind of true. Do you have a thing to enter on this one?
I just sort of think back from when I had my XT computer, when I was playing games that were in wireframe that were monochrome, and now we're playing games that are hyper realistic. And to see that change over 30, 40 years is like, where else? We can only keep going forward, and it's going to be amazing to see.
My story where a game made me think, holy crap, the technology is just getting way beyond what I was ever expecting. I made a statement once that they'll never have real life commentating in a video game, sports game. That was a thing that I actually said, because I said, especially hockey, it was too fast paced a game. It would never be able to catch up. And you look at EA, the NHL games now, the commentating in those is fantastic. So that was a moment where I realized I probably should stop making these broad comments and just accept that we're moving in a really cool direction with the AI. For me, the AI is the most significant part of a video game, and the most interesting part of a video game is when you see characters, like especially in 3D shooters, first-person shooters, when someone's about to reach for their gun and you shoot them, and then they think, oh, screw that, I'm going to go take cover. That kind of programming in a video game. Halo was one of the first games that really pushed the AI on the enemy to that next level. So for me, the way Grand Theft Auto 5. There's so many little things in that game that if you don't clean your car, people will comment and say, oh my god, look at that guy, he doesn't really care much about his car. There's so many little intricate things in Grand Theft Auto 5 that you just would not know happens. I mean, look at Rockstar's the one that leads on all this. The horse's balls shrinking in the cold.
In Red Dead 2.
In Red Dead Redemption 2. That's just nuts, the amount of... I'm sure they only did that to get, some sort of news clickbait to get attention to that game. That was the only reason why they did it.
You didn't even realise your pun, did you?
No.
No. That's just nuts, you said.
Oh, okay.
The other thing too, with all the games that are progressing so far forward, we've still got popular games that have just been released that visually have taken a step backwards. Untitled Goose Game.
Yeah, they stripped it back, rein it back.
Very simplistic.
Yep.
But hilarious.
But there's so many things going on in the background in that game that you don't see. It's all going on in the intelligence, the artificial intelligence. And that's just made by a couple of independents. Yeah, a couple of guys down in Melbourne. It's so cool.
Game. I love it.
There we go. Okay, sorry. All right. Well, I hope that answered your question. That Meow. I think the answer to it is that I think gaming is going beyond what we imagined it to be. Essentially, is what's happening right now. Especially when you look at the next generation of consoles coming out. That, what is it? What's the name of that game that they Hellfire 2? Is that what it's called?
Senua's Blade.
Hello, anyone?
Oh, is that what you meant? Hellblade?
Yeah,
Hellblade 2.
Yep.
With a chick going mental and, we're doing all that.
Oh,
yeah. How intense is her face, man? That is so, like, the
That's
detail
awesome.
is just ridiculously good. I can't wait to see
think
that
it's-
in action.
Hellblade 2 Senua's Sacrifice, is it? Senua's Saga.
Like,
The first one is Sacrifice.
even if I don't see anything else on that game, just that one demo just was like a little sneak preview of what the next generation can offer. I can't wait. I just cannot wait to see where this is going. I need to get a 4K TV. You missed what?
Demo games.
Demos, yeah, what happened to that? Stuck to the front of the bloody magazine when you bought it.
That's got more to do with that. The reason why they died is because you can just download them at home now and the magazines vanish. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I bought a video game magazine.
That's pretty much correct. All the magazines are digital these days and websites, and yeah, we download all our demos.
It's just a sign of the times. It's sad, but I mean that's just the way it went.
Back in the day, you used to get like official PlayStation magazine and official Sega Saturn magazine and
Yep.
PC Power Play, and Hyper used to have demo discs at one point.
Did they?
Oh, PC Power
Yes, they
Play.
did. Because they actually stopped it after about 6 issues, saying it took way too long for them to make them.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh no, PC Power Play was great for demos because not only did you get PC demos, but you also on the other side you also got a bonus episode of some random anime.
Yeah.
And as someone who could not afford anime back in the day, that was gold.
And also, anime was just hard to get back then. It was just
Yeah.
ridiculously hard to track down. All right,
It's
so
hard to
we
want.
have got a new question coming up from Johnny from Reinfused. Johnny, what have you got for us? Question number 5.
This is Johnny from Reinfused, and my question to you is possibly the question that has puzzled mankind for centuries, and it's, if you were in a Tron situation, which video game do you think you'd best be able to survive in? Look forward to hearing your answer.
Play it again, play it again.
Wow, that question was super quick. So basically, he is asking us if you were stuck in Tron. I had to play it actually myself 4 or 5 times to quite catch what he was asking. But yeah, if you were stuck in Tron for real life, the movie Tron, we all know, what game would you play to save your life?
Oh, that's easy. The bike racing. I don't care if I live or die. I just want to ride one of those babies.
No, but it doesn't have to be a game in Tron. Any game.
Tron, any game.
Any game, but it's actually just played out in the Tron universe.
That
Bubsy.
Tron, that bike game was was Snake or something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but before
Snake on
Snake
bike.
was a thing. Yeah.
Correct.
Bubsy 3D.
Why would you put yourself in that universe?
Because if he lost and if he lost and he died, he'd probably be happy. Because that meant he stopped playing the game.
And also, it'd be like,
What could
I
possibly
only
go
need to play
wrong?
for 5 minutes because the person I'm playing against will go like, I'm out of here. Unless I was playing against Uploader, then I'd be fucked.
Lucas?
Well, that does depend on who I'm playing against. So if I'm playing against someone like maybe Snoogs or yourself, I'll just happily play anything because I'll win. It'll be all good. But if I had to be competitive, Trials Rising.
Trials Rising? Yeah, I reckon you could manage that. But you didn't do well at, what was it? The Ubisoft experience?
What do you class as doing well?
You didn't win a prize.
Well, I'm not the best. I'm not the
I'm
best.
talking
in
about
Sydney,
saving your
but-
life.
Yeah, I'm not the best in Sydney, but that's probably the best game I'm good at.
Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. You're in with a chance.
That's my best chance anyway. I'm not saying that I'll win and live. I'll probably be dead, but still, it's
This
my
will
best
go out.
chance.
What about you, Kayla?
Sorry, but Tron's actually one of my favourite movies, so it'd have to be Light Cycle. Has to be Light Cycle, but if it's a second movie, I'll take the car.
No, but at any game. It doesn't have to be a...
Nah, you know, I'm a bit of a purist for Tron. If I really want to be sadistic, it'd probably be, say, Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong, are you kidding? You're dead. That game is rock
Like
hard.
this, yes.
That game is rock hard. Goth?
If I could play any, if I in that situation, I'd probably get something like Overcooked.
Overcooked?
Yeah.
You cook your way out of it. Okay. We got someone. Cameron's in the comments complaining that there's a 10-minute delay. Sorry, SARS.
Refresh your browser, buddy.
Yeah.
Watch the repeats.
From me, NHL 94. I'd have to go NHL 94.
Oh, crack your skates out again.
I think that's one of the only ones I've played on Mega Drive. It was so common, everybody seemed to have that.
It is the most popular one. Yeah, they just nailed it with that particular version. But I've seen a lot of people get purist on me and say, no, 95 was better. Okay, maybe it was. I can't remember. I stopped caring about NHL games. I had every game from EA Hockey, which was the first one in 91, and I was buying them all up until 2013, and I was just like, okay, I'm out. So I stuck on that train for quite some time. Hope, Johnny, that answered your question. We are going to move on to the next one. I just got to pull the next question out. It's our old mate, the top loader. So this will go for about 6 minutes.
Put your feet up, people. Put your feet up.
Toppy, what have you got for us?
Okay, my next question. So my next question is actually quite a simple question. Yes, I like to do simple sometimes. Well, actually quite a lot of the time. So here we go. My question is, what is your favourite power-up in a game? And you know what? Judging by what I'm playing, I bet you can guess what mine is. Well, if you couldn't guess it by now, I'm going to tell you. My favourite power-up, well, yes, it is a power-up before you start saying stuff. The cape with Yoshi and Mario on his back at full size is the best power-up in any single game ever for me. Now, for you, what's your favourite power-up or power-up situation? What I'm saying is, it can be a power-up or a powered-up situation. And my powered-up situation is what I'm showing you on screen right now to a degree, because this is just the intro screen running, and I don't know what's happening because I'm looking at the camera. If you can see Mario and Yoshi in there somewhere, then that's what my favourite power-up is. But obviously, in this situation, he's not wearing a cape. But in the general situation when you're playing Super Mario World, the best situation to be in is having a cape on your back, and you on the back of Yoshi. But you know what? With Mario on his back with the cape, maybe you don't need to eat the Goombas and just stomp on them, because you know what? Punching a dinosaur on the back of the head is not a very nice thing to do, and I do not condone punching dinosaurs in the head. So if you ever meet a dinosaur, I will say to you, I will not like it if you are punching him in the back of the head. When you are punching a dinosaur in the back of the head, you do have to think to yourself, is this the situation that I really want to be doing right now? No, it's not.
Dude, that microphone, seriously. And by the way, do you realise it's a minute or less? You go on for so long. Here I am, standing in front of you, ready to ask you a question. Me, right now, in front of you. No, well, not really you, the camera. You know, like, you're going to see this later. Not now, but later. He does it so, like... Yeah. We love you, Toppy, but, man, seriously. Anyway, what was his question? Oh, the power-up, that's right. It's like, yeah, by the time you get to the point, you've forgotten what the question was. My favourite power-up, I'm just going to lead in. It's not actually really technically a power-up, but when you got it, you do feel powered up. Rocket launcher in Halo. Any Halo game. As soon as you got that rocket launcher, you just feel like, yep, I'm going to get ready to nail someone. Anyone? Who else?
Yes, mine's also...
Oh, sorry. Retro... Ketchup.
I'll let the guest go first.
Aren't you a guest?
I'm in the guest house.
What?
Just let her go first.
I think he's been on the sauce.
Oh, he's been on the sauce.
Ladies before gentlemen.
You're on the sauce again. Kayla.
It's not a power up, but my favourite, Abe's Odyssey, Oddworld, making Abe fart green gas. Like fart green gas. It's stupid, but it was hilarious.
Goth?
Mine's, again, not technically quite a power-up, but Metal Slug 3, when you get attacked by a zombie, you turn into a zombie, and one of your attacks is you just basically vomit. Instead of using a grenade, you actually just vomit everywhere and kill everyone on screen, basically.
Oh, well, okay, that's effective. Okay.
It's pretty damn funny to watch.
Yep. Which version? Because there's two versions of that. There's one where he vomits green, and there's the other one where he vomits blood.
Green, I believe. I'm just thinking.
Oh, you played the censored version. Boo! Look up the uncut version.
Green's-
They vomit blood everywhere.
Nah, green's effective though. It's just like nasty crap. What about you, Retro?
Oh, mine is the Berserk power-up from Doom, the original. Just being able to just punch and explode all the enemies. There's just such a satisfying feeling.
You talking Doom 2016?
I've not played that one yet.
Oh, which one are you talking about?
The original.
Doom.
Oh.
Doom. The ultimate Doom.
I don't think I played that one.
No, it's also in Doom 2, but it's so satisfying. It's just like it looks like a health power-up, but it's black. You pick it up and you're like, your eyes go
red.
Glow, then you got like the big sinister smile, like yee. Then you can just go around just punching everyone to death, and they don't just, you don't just punch them, but they also explode into chunks of meat.
I don't remember that power up from the original.
I think this is a dream he had.
It exists. It's one of like those hidden ones, like BFG. I think it might be Doom 2 actually, but get it? It's awesome.
He
it's
looks innocent, but he's
satisfying.
really a sick puppy in real life. Like,
It's a thing. What's he got hiding in the white
Lucas.
Yes, okay. My favourite power up of all time is the Tanuki suit. Super Mario Brothers 3.
Okay.
That was awesome. I don't know what a Tanuki is, but you put on this like
that's not
skin.
So there was
skin
a
of an
raccoon.
animal.
There was a raccoon that was the one that made you fly, but the Tanuki one was the one that turned you into a stone.
Yep, getting stoned as Mario.
And Tanuki's
No,
the
the-
Yeah, Tanuki is the stone.
No.
Yes.
Well, then that's not the one I'm talking about. Then
Yeah,
Is
that's
that-
why I thought I'd
Am I-
clear that up.
Am I getting my facts wrong again?
There's two
The one where you get the leaf. The leaf turns
That's
you
just
into
regular raccoon, Mario.
Yeah, that's
Tanuki
a raccoon.
is one where he's the
And
full,
the Tanuki
full
is the one where
fairy.
it turns into a stone.
That's stone raccoon.
I'm
Stoned
searching this
raccoon.
up. No, well, no, it's not. No, Tanuki is the one I'm talking about.
No, there was a raccoon.
Yes!
There was a raccoon,
correct!
and there was a Tanuki in the one game.
Because Tanuki's Japanese for raccoon.
No, like, the raccoon makes you fly, and the Tanuki one allows you to turn into a stone
No.
statue.
No,
All
no,
right.
I'm correct.
Okay.
I'm buying that one back. I'm back on board here with the correct
We'll
fact.
let him have his
In your
little
face.
victory.
Yeah,
It's
let's
not-
just-
yeah.
Let's just let him have it.
Yeah, exactly.
Where you would hold the run button and you would run, get your meter up all the way to the end, and then you would jump and you'd go, "Fuck
Guys-
this level! It's too hard. I'm flying all the way to the end."
Cameron is saying that you're right, but I'm saying you're not.
Well, you can say whatever you like. It's your show.
But it's a Nintendo. It's a Nintendo thing, so what do I care? He's looking it up. Look at him. He's keen to be right.
Yep.
Because being right is so satisfying.
Okay, found in World 4, the suit transforms Mario or Luigi into Tanuki Mario or Luigi, respectively, and grants the same abilities as the Super Leaf. Yep. With the added ability of turning into a statue.
So it is a
Yeah.
second. So it is a different. You just rocked yourself.
Did that happen?
You just rocked yourself.
No, you've just edited this wiki page.
Oh, very quick.
I'm going to go play Super Mario Brothers 3 after today and press down, and I swear you don't turn into a statue in Super Mario Brothers 3 when you get the leaf and turn into Tanuki Mario. You can just
You don't
fly.
turn into stone when you collect the leaf. You turn into stone when you collect the version where you get the staff.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
That's
Yes.
not what you were saying before.
No, I'm talking about the leaf and the Tanuki suit.
Moving right along because it's Mario Brothers and I couldn't give a rat's. The question was a favourite power up. Okay, well I think we've gone on from that to the next question now. Next one is Cameron Hons, who's actually the only one really commenting in the comment section at the moment. Your question's up. Cameron, what's it going to be like seeing yourself up on screen? If I can get the question going. Here we go. Cameron,
Orgasmic.
Take it away.
Everybody on the Spacies show. I can't remember what number it is, but I've got a question. My question is, what are you going to get if you had to choose one, the Xbox Series X or PlayStation 5? Now, in my opinion, I'm going to get the PlayStation 5 first. Oh, look, here's a cat. And I'm more of a PlayStation guy, and if you're wondering why it's so dark in my house right now, is because it's nighttime. And so PlayStation 5 for me, but what about you two? Xbox One or whatever? No, Xbox Series X or PlayStation 5. See, I don't even know what that new Xbox One is anyway, because it's a similar name. So that's my question. Thank you, bye.
Okay. What is it with people sending in their questions in closets? Like, it's so dark in there. He doesn't want to come out. No, I wasn't getting at that. He actually looks like the guy that came up with Sonic Mania.
Craig Whitehead?
No, is that Christian Whitehead? He looks like Christian Whitehead a little. Actually, I just noticed.
I thought if he had a haircut, he'd look like a Lurch from the Addams Family.
Where you get that?
That's accurate.
Really?
Yes.
Cameron, I know you're watching. Have you ever been told that? I don't think so, but anyway.
Well, I've never thought of it, but now that it's mentioned, I'm going for that.
I don't agree, but...
Oh, I just think the cat was cute.
He said it was recorded at 1:30 a.m.
Oh, that explains it all.
Go to bed.
Brian,
he's never... What, Lucas?
That's some editing for you later. You're going to have to put up a picture of Lurch and Cameron on screen.
He's laughing.
And viewers can decide.
All right. So his question after all that was, which console will you get between Xbox X and the PlayStation 5? We kind of touched on this earlier. I've already said I would eventually get both, but I'm going to jump out of the gate with the next generation with the Xbox Series X.
Yeah, it's the same for our house.
Same.
We get the garbage bin
Xbox
first.
One X, I want that tower of power, the glow screen at the top.
No, Series X, not One X. So this is where the naming is stupid, Xbox. The naming is stupid. It should have been called the Xbox Harry or anything else. But the Xbox ashtray. But you had to go and call it the Series X because we've already got an Xbox One X. No, that's not going to get complicated at all. The 2020 Xbox, I don't know. Like, Lucas, what do you think about the naming convention on this?
Oh, look, I don't care. It's fine. I don't
the
think
new
there's anything wrong with
Just
it.
give it to us.
Yeah.
Actually, they should have called it Nintendo style, the new Xbox. So in 10 years' time.
As for the question, while you're in the editing mode, you can put up a picture of the little taco girl from Old El Paso, and I'm going to say, why not have both?
And I will.
I will eventually, but, we're not all made of money.
Day
Money
one,
bags.
I will have both of them whenever day they come out. I will have them both. Because you know what? I'm an adult, I've got a job, and I choose when I'm going to go these days.
Okay, thanks for clearing that up. Speaking of adults...
Retrokaiser!
My answer's boring. It's just going to be the PlayStation 5. Although I am curious to see what Nintendo's going to do to follow up. Like, my imagination, I'm going to predict they're going to come up with, a new version of the Switch, but it's called, the, Nintendo Game & Switch, where it can transfer the game between multiple screens like the Wii U. You can take it on the move, but you can also transfer your game to your phone. You can transfer it to your watch. You can transfer it to your fridge.
That leads me to another topic, and sorry to detract. We've gone for almost 2 hours here, but Nintendo's niche is that they rely on gimmicks. True. Are they going to run out of gimmicks? When are they going to have to start to grow up and actually release a console?
No, they don't. They don't need to. They don't need to. And that's the I think someone may have mentioned it earlier in the show, but my memory doesn't go back that far. But Nintendo have proven time and time again that the most powerful console you don't have to have the most powerful console to have something that is absolutely brilliant and fantastic. Because for the last, how long? I don't know, 5, 6, 7, forever, Nintendo's never had the most powerful console, yet they have been up the top quite a few times.
Could you imagine though if they did come out with, like, what would Mario look like on a...
well,
you know what I mean? Like, if they, like, you've seen what they could do with the Switch. Imagine if they could get Luigi Mansion 4 on a, Xbox Series X, whatever it's called.
Yeah, look, I mean, as much as, that would... Oh, sorry, what was that?
I was going to say, I'll weigh in a little bit here. To me, a lot of what Nintendo does is geared towards younger kids and not so much the adults. So the thing is, for me, Nintendo's like training wheels, and then you step up to your PlayStation and your Xbox.
Ooh.
So is Nintendo just for kids?
No, it's not, but it seems like a lot of what they produce, especially if you go towards YouTube and the whole copper thing, is very child focused, very focused on young. So you've got the bright colours, the more simplistic characters, whereas when you start stepping up to PlayStation and Xbox, you're getting the more mature content on them. So as I said,
the games are a lot more complicated on your PlayStation and Xbox, and they are simplistic to a degree. Obviously, the games like Breath of the Wild are very complicated in the gameplay and mechanics, but I think Nintendo have a wide audience where it does cater for children, and that's fantastic, but there is still a lot of content out there that long-time fans, adults, that really appreciate. And the games that they are pumping out don't necessarily need the biggest processors and graphics cards, and they've proved it time and time again. And their gimmicks, although the word gimmick kind of sounds a little bit negative, the gimmicks that Nintendo have put forward have also become actually pretty successful. Like the original Wii that sold to people that didn't even like video games found themselves buying consoles. The Switch, the whole concept of that was an underutilized gimmick. That was fantastic. That was a brilliant idea. The Wii U.
Game and Watch in general.
The Wii U was brilliant.
The Game and Watch in general. That was a brilliant gimmick. Yeah.
The gimmicks aren't there just to sell. Like remember the skateboard for Tony Hawk? Like that was a gimmick. That was a shit gimmick. It was terrible. I don't know who play tested that thing, but that was rubbish. But then Nintendo have gimmicks that actually work. So I hope they don't grow up.
Well, that's the thing. Look at things like Wii Fit. How many people took that on board?
Did anyone lose weight actually playing that?
You wouldn't think so. I didn't.
No, but
I didn't play it.
Moving. That's probably the main thing.
All right. So I don't know. I'm trying to get back to the original question.
That's for debate.
What are we buying? That's right.
I'm buying both.
I know we're all going to get both eventually, but for me, day one, it's going to be Xbox Series X. I just can't see myself getting both on day one, but we'll have to wait and see.
What if the PlayStation 5 comes out in September?
I'll hold out.
She won't get it?
I would like to, but it comes down to dosh. I mean, I just
start saving.
I just spent $6,000 on my cat, so well, it's a huge dent in the wallet.
Maybe your cat can get a fucking job and pay for it.
Off you go, Fufu.
Come on, Fufu.
We've got one more question. We're almost there. This is meant to be an hour long, and it's gone an hour 30. There's going to be a lot of heavy editing going on here.
I'm sick of this. I'm bored. Let's move on.
I've got a question from the Chant of Uncles. Uncle
Chant. My man.
He came in very late with this one. It almost didn't make it.
Has it got anything to do with Superman or David Cavill? Henry Cavill? Who's David Cavill?
I thought he was going to say David Arquette. I'm like, whoa.
No.
Are we done? Okay. Uncle Chant, what have you got for us?
It's 1 in 2020. And yes, I've been busy growing this beard, hence why my question came in late. Hopefully, it makes it. Anyway, For all you gentlemen on today's episode, I just want one answer. Which game in 2020 are you most looking forward to? One of mine is Cyberpunk 2077, but one I just realised is coming out this month of January, which is that Dragon Ball Kakarot game. Kind of snuck up on me, that one. Anyway, I'm going to go keep growing this beard and tidy it up. I'm very interested in your answers.
If you've got a problem with two girls kissing, then where have you been for the last few years? Because it is rampant. And these days, I think you'll offend somebody by assuming that they're two girls kissing because they may identify as Apache helicopters.
I'm personally a fan of just being associated with being a toaster.
You can be a toaster if you like, apparently.
Be a toaster.
Sonic toaster?
Wait a second. If two Apache helicopters are kissing, will that mean that a big crash is happening as we speak?
Possibly.
You can't let two Apache helicopters kiss. They'll be like, boom!
That's the
He
attraction.
associates himself as being a tomato sauce bottle.
Hey! I associate myself with being barbecue sauce, actually.
Barbecue. Sorry.
And you can do that if you wish.
You're the best damn barbecue
Just
sauce.
don't squeeze me too hard. Don't squeeze me too hard.
All right. I'm gonna bring this home, because he's derailed it.
That just went south real quick.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Flowingly south.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna just wrap this up. Are you guys doing it on YouTube or on Twitch or on Twitter or anything? You're on Twitter.
Not really on YouTube yet. I'm still very early days. I'm looking at streaming.
Okay.
That's why I bought a new computer.
Okay.
I'm on YouTube, but still early days. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram.
Okay.
These guys
I'll
will
put the
know me
link down
anyway.
below if you want to follow.
These guys all know me.
Okay. Lucas.
Yes.
You got any projects coming up, mate? Anything you want to reveal?
I do.
Or spruce or...
Yeah. Well, I will reveal something actually. You guys are Android fans, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm not, but
Oh, what?
I have this thing here. Put that rubbish away. I've got this thing here. It's the Republic of Gamers Phone 2, which I'm currently reviewing. What do you mean? Who cares?
I didn't say who cares. I said, oh, jeez.
Oh, right.
Which is just as bad.
Now, this is just as bad as well. Oh, yeah, right. Okay. I've done a review of this phone. Now, it's an Android phone specifically made for gamers. And one thing I can reveal, if you want to play games for days on this thing, 6,000 milliamp hour battery.
Wow, okay.
You can try and kill the battery in a day, and you will fail miserably. But
that's not Samsung, though. No.
No, this isn't a Samsung. No, this is a Asus Republic of Gamers Phone 2. So that review will be hitting my YouTube channel soon. But yeah, I just thought I'd bring that up. It's coming soon. It's a really cool phone.
Samsung's got something to learn.
Yeah, because I like the battery life in this. This is a Note 10. There it is. I love the cover on this one. I just bought
What
this
am
cover.
I looking at?
It's a Note 10. It looks like a Sam.
Yeah, but what is that the screen? No, that's a cover, right?
Yeah, it's a cover, but it
got it.
does
There we
this
go.
funky. It looks really cool. It looks retro
Pokédex.
70s. Anyway, yep. Was that you that made that
Is this
Pokédex comment?
Yeah, since we're showing off phones, I just got a basic Samsung. Ah!
Right.
I
Now,
love this guy. Does he have a YouTube? Do you have a YouTube channel?
yeah, I was just going to get to that.
There-
Mr. Ketchup, what have you got coming up on your channel?
Unfortunately, I'm going through
Cosplay.
a bit of a dark period in my life. I had to retire my old Kaiser channel.
Why?
And I'm moving to it. Yeah, I'm moving to hopefully the new channel, which is going to be the Emerald Rangers channel, which I'll be posting new episodes of Kaiser up, plus all the old stuff. And I'm going to pull like a cheap Bert Newton and release like a summer series of my old videos, wrap them in like 30-minute compilations, done with like cheesy host. I don't know, it's just... And I'm also still writing on the emeraldrangers.com website. Check it out today. And hopefully later tonight I should be on Twitch. I should be starting Rim Fandango.
Oh, yes.
Done my series on that on the Emerald Rangers Twitch page.
Cool.
So for more saucy content, head over to Retrokaiser's.
Oh, and buy the Pirate Party albums.
Oh,
The what?
yeah. Bloody you and Cameron, man. Seriously. All right. Well, me, I'm just getting my act together for 2020, getting my channel back on track. Going to be doing more vlog. I've got one of these gimbal things where the phone stays absolutely still no matter what I do. It looks really cool. So I'll be out and about doing videos in 2020. And this is the first step of me getting back on track is the next episode of the Since Spaces show, because I missed the last episode, the last couple of months actually. So glad to be back in action. Bit rusty on the controls, but I'm getting there. It's a one-man band. Just got another Twitter follower. Cool.
That's a cowbell.
All right. I'm going to leave it at that. Thanks, guys, for joining, everyone, including you two, making the journey all the way here. It's been pretty cool in here, yeah? It's not... Yeah. We've got the aircon going overdrive. Hang on. Look. Where is it? There. Look at it. Going
Hello,
overtime.
aircon.
It's been working overtime, keeping us cool. All right, I'm going to get out of here. My name's been Brian, and I've been gaming since Spacies. Thanks, guys.
Since Spacies.